My name is Claudette Esterine-Campbell, and I am the president of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Welcome to These Three Things. You don't know what it is about. Usually once per month, usually on the last Saturday of the month, we come to you live to discuss three things. Three things that stick in our craw, that either made us happy or made us angry or just somewhere in between. And so we here, the directors of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation come and each of us choose one such topic and we discuss.
Answer, I'm dancing, I'm all in my zone. James Brown, dumb hard, cakewalk, joyride, bake car, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk, dumb hard, cakewalk, joyride, bake car, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk. Check a flag waving, green light flashing, all of you see it's gold. Hey, whip my wrist, my whip got hits, I whipped up this my stove. Hey, shoot like this you get when you subscription HBO. Hey, misfit with the shits, too slick to slip up, slip they throw. On the lay, right at they.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome. My name is Claudette Esterine-Campbell, and I am the president and chairperson of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. We are here this evening for our usual end of month. Can you believe June is almost over? So for our usual end of month program, sorry about that. These three things. It's so difficult trying to navigate all of these technologies. And anyway, so we're here to discuss the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 things that's been on our mind for June, things that stood out to us. And welcome to, I don't know if you're seeing us, but welcome to those of you on YouTube who are watching us. Yes, we are now going live on YouTube. We have had the capability for some time, but I just didn't do it. So as you come in, please take a moment and share the live. You're watching These Three Things, and let me bring in my co-host for this evening. So with me is Gloria Rose-Saunders, the director treasurer of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Gloria, are you hearing me okay?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Hi, how are you? You're muted. Okay. Yeah, okay. And also with me is Clara Brown, who is the director secretary of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Hi, Clara. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I'm trying to find our live on YouTube. I'm trying to see if it is actually broadcast into YouTube. Sorry for looking down. Sorry, mind my manners. And as the heading says, it's these 3 + 1 things. So I have one thing, but I have lots of stuff, but I had to choose one. Gloria chose one, Clara chose one, and we have with us Claudette Francis, who you can hardly see. She's sitting in the dark on her veranda, but you will hear her talk up, Claudette, my namesake, let the people hear you. How are you?
Good evening, everyone. I'm fine, Claudette. I'm
Okay,
fine.
okay. Awesome. So, folks, here we are. Another these 3 + 1 things, and there's so many things to talk about. Gloria, she jumped ship and changed her topic. In the way, I'm still going to touch on it, and that's what I'm going to right now. So we last month we started by doing a kind of opening. So it's actually these 5 things we end up having. So I'm going to start with a little opener. So I don't know what's happening, but our Facebook page is growing like crazy. And so we are almost at 40K followers. This is the organization that's coming from 2K followers. We have not bought any followers. So please, people have just found us and found what we're sharing interesting. And so I just want to say thank you to them. But with that, what I found is that with the growing followers, there's so much responsibility and so much more work. Good evening, Colleen. Are you seeing us on YouTube? I can see that. I see YouTube, so I'm thinking you're seeing us on YouTube. Colleen is one of our administrators, and she has a task of watching our YouTube stream, so she's watching that. So thanks for doing that, Colleen. Anyway, I was saying that with our almost 40K followers, there's so much more work to do. And one of the things that I've been noticing is that because we are a woman-focused organization, we deal only with women's issues and issues related to them and their children. And so most of our content, well, all of our content we will link it back to women's issues. So this week in particular, we have had so many men trolling us constantly on our page. Some days there are more than the women on our page, and they're cursing women, carrying on about women and so forth. And I said, how sad it is. And as we were planning for tonight, I was saying to Gloria, I wanted, because Gloria is the Brit among us. So I was asking Gloria if she could talk about what's happening in Britain with the royal family, but why I wanted to do that is because I noticed, Kate Middleton being trolled. This woman has cancer. Listen, people, don't get me wrong. I am not a royalist. I am not into the royal family per se. I love Harry. I love Harry to death. And so, we didn't want to do it as one of the 4 things that we want to talk about. But I just wanted to show you a little clip, and I hope we don't get a problem with YouTube because it's their clip. I just want to show a little clip of the recent sighting of Kate Middleton. So let me bring that up, and then we can talk quickly on it. Where is it? Oh, let me add it here, and we can talk about it. And I don't know what's wrong with my mouse.
Hello, and it's interesting because I don't think it's particularly choreographed, but just the fact that they have naturally arranged themselves in that way, and the way they were chatting to each other, is obviously a great deal of affection between them. But they have this shared experience now. We know that they spent some time together while they were both at the same hospital, and I think that while they were already quite close, this can only have brought them even close together. So yeah, maybe it's some kind of tacit show of support on the King's behalf towards Kate, and I'm sure he was really happy that she was back there alongside them all.
Do you not think it's choreographed? I thought it was deliberate. That was my initial thing, because I always imagine that there's almost a place where they have to stand. Of course, the King stands, or the monarch stands in the middle, and it was that they were kind of almost organised so that they would be put next to each other.
Magnesium for constipation? This is the truth.
Okay, we don't need to talk about constipation.
It's still hard to believe that I had.
So I just found it interesting how she's back briefly for the day, and the comments. I mean, they couldn't just leave it alone. About whatever else is happening. Gloria, what are your thoughts on what's happening with? I know you said there isn't any
Nothing.
What am I looking? Nothing new really beats, But what are your thoughts about what's happening? Where the British family is at? The king is ill. The future queen is ill. She's getting trolled.
When you say she gets trolled, what do you mean by that?
Meaning, well, it's nothing new for them. So
Yes,
maybe
exactly.
it's a normal.
Yes.
It's a normal thing.
Yes.
But one would think, that after the experience with Diana, after the experience recently with Meghan, that they would leave this woman alone and let her recover, go through her treatment and all of that.
For them to do that, they take everything apart, so it's normal, nothing new.
Oh my God!
They dissect your outfit, how you stand, how you walk. If she talks to the kids, she doesn't talk to the kids. Everything is taken to pieces. Every innuendo, every movement, every flick, everything. That's what they do. It's
Did
a
you
norm. It's a
did
norm.
you happen to see that? Did you happen to see? Sorry, I'm looking down. I'm sorry about
Yeah.
that. Did you
Zero.
happen to see that the event that she was at?
Yes, she went to, it's a day thing. She just came out for one day, for one event, because she's going through chemo. So I guess that was one day when she felt not too ill, so she could come out for the one event. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I was sorry if I was distracted. I was just trying to find
No.
our YouTube. Clara, any thoughts on the Queen before we move to the meat and potato?
I just wish that, well, the Brits for sure will just allow these people to live. They are called to a particular kind of life, and which is not different from what the average person goes through. Just allow them to live. Even recently, I think it was Sunday or Monday. It was William's birthday, and he had gone to Taylor Swift concert, and they're taking apart how he was dancing. What the hell?
Oh my God.
And there are billions of people starving to death,
And they're worried about how he's dancing.
and they're worried about how he's dancing. He's dancing like Louis. He's dancing. It's his birthday. He went to a concert. His dad is going through cancer. His wife is going through cancer. Let the man dance. He might not dance again for another year.
Who knows? Who knows?
Just
Yeah,
let
like
them
I said, I am
be.
no royalist, but it really came across as insensitive, and I wondered, Gloria, I'll come to you shortly, Claudia, but I wondered if you see any difference in the way how the king's process, his cancer process, is being treated in the media, as against the future queen's process is being treated by the media. Do you see any difference?
Not really, no, because everything was hush hush for both of them initially. They wouldn't admit what was wrong till eventually leaked that I think they were actually in the hospital at the same time at one point. It was all covered. But of course, well, the king, you can understand why his was held close to the chest.
Right.
They wondered, it was a long time coming before they actually admitted what was wrong with her. So no, I think both of them were treated about the same. So, yeah.
So Claudette, before we move into what our main conversation here this evening, do you have any thoughts about the future Queen of England and her cancer and how it's being handled and anything? Do you have anything to say about the monarchy?
I just think that the British people, they are just, I don't know, they just look,
Boring.
they pick everything. Especially they being royal family, I mean, they're people, they're human, and they have emotions, they have, needs, just like everybody else, not because they are royal, and they should be left alone. They are going through enough, and they don't need people to be speculating this or, saying this, saying that. I just think they're to be treated like human, like all of us. Yes, they are royals, but they need their privacy. But British people don't know anything about privacy,
The British
as
media.
far as
All right.
yes.
With that out of the way, let us get into why we're really here. Well, it's something we started doing last month. We have one monologue or something at the top that, just overarching. So we're going to start this evening. So for those of you who are new to us, what this program is about is that, like I said, each of us have a topic, an article from the news or from social media that, in Jamaica, we say stick in our craw, meaning got stuck in your throat. you just need to talk about it, or something that really made you happy, or something that you're concerned that, you know, whoever the person is concerned about. So tonight we agreed that Gloria will start with Gloria's topic, because her internet is not very stable. So just in case she has to leave. So let me bring up Gloria's topic, and let me find that.
Yeah,
I think
back
I
to the,
sent
we're
it.
back
I
at the
think it,
UK again. Back to the
yeah, it's back in the, well, you know, and I like how this is coming together, that we're not focused on each month. We have a range of topics from different places. And so are you seeing that?
Mm-hmm.
So this is Gloria's topic, and Gloria, you want to lead us through?
Okay, so this topic has been very close to my heart. Not because it's a UK topic, but because of the whole thing about the asylum seekers, and they're shipping them off to a third world country, Rwanda. And I am presently in a third world country, so I am upset at the whole prospect. So the topic is, what is the UK's plan to send asylum seekers to Rwanda? In April 2022, the government said that any asylum seekers entering the UK illegally from a safe country could be sent to Rwanda. So basically, the topic is about the UK sending their asylum seekers to Rwanda to be processed. And if they are successful with their processing as asylum seekers or refugees, they will be granted permission to remain in Rwanda legally.
To remain in Rwanda?
Yes. Let me read
Not
that
come to
back
the
to
UK
you.
with their
Let
process,
me.
okay?
It says they would have their asylum claims processed there rather than in the UK. If successful, they could be granted refugee status and allowed to stay in the landlocked East Central African country. If not, they could apply to settle in Rwanda on other grounds or seek asylum in another country.
So it's not UK. So it's not UK them going to go to if they're processed?
No. No asylum seeker will be able to apply to return to the UK. So if they come into the UK illegally and try to seek asylum, they will be shipped off to Rwanda, where their application will be processed, and if granted, they will be allowed to remain.
So it's Rwanda who's giving them refuge?
No, the UK, because the UK is going to cover the costs. No, Rwanda is not giving they'll be allowed to remain in Rwanda legally. That's what the UK don't want them in the UK. They want to ship them elsewhere, process them there, and say you can stay here, but don't come back to the UK. And then they pay the legal costs, they pay the fees for the relocation, and they'll pay Rwanda to keep them.
For how long will they pay Rwanda? Do you know?
They are being paid millions of pounds. They will be paid. They can stay there forever.
So if it's costing them to keep the people in Rwanda, it's not a money saving thing, then they just don't want any more black people in England?
No, they said it will save them money because
they don't want to color up the streets with black people.
They say that it costs them millions and millions and millions to keep them in the UK, because of course you have to keep them in accommodation, fed, schooled, medical care, everything while they're being processed. So you have to cover all of that cost, and then you have to cover the cost of them being the legal documentation. Then if they are granted, more than likely to find housing for them until they find their own accommodation. It's a long process that they don't want to do. So they're not shipping them off to Rwanda, where maybe it's cheaper when you convert the pounds to Rwanda coins. I don't know what Rwanda currency is, but Rwanda has agreed to take them. As to what standard of living they'll have there, nobody knows, because it's
And
been
obviously nobody cares.
So
they
they
have
don't
been
have to
trying to
pay the
pass this bill
repatriation.
now. They have been trying to pass this bill now for about 2 or 3 years. Let me see when the process started, maybe 2021 or 2022. And they've had lots of objections. Of course, human rights persons have stepped in, etc., because they're saying the conditions in Rwanda are not favorable. In terms of what is the standard of living there, etc.
So let me ask you, is it people from anywhere in the world who...
Anybody seeking asylum in
So
the
like if me take
anybody.
up myself and go there, I might end up in Rwanda?
Yes, you will. Not might, you will. The law has been passed now eventually, as saying it's been passed.
It's been passed?
Yes, that's now been passed after a lot of objections from, because what they did, oh, I'm telling you, the word is not fair. What they did, they went back to amend legislation because initially it was illegal. They couldn't pass the law because it was deemed illegal. So they went back, amended legislation to allow them to legalize the process that they are doing now. Because they want to get rid of the people. So they went back and made and adjusted legislation to suit the purpose, to make it legal, and came back. So the bill is now passed.
I'm still trying. Listen, I am no immigration liberal, I'm no immigration liberal, but I've never heard anything. I mean, I heard about it, but didn't realize where the process was. And let somebody else talk. Clara, Claudette, what are your thoughts? Reaction to this?
This is just
Rwanda. Why Rwanda?
Sorry? Claudette asked why Rwanda.
Oh, why? Yeah.
Rwanda is the one who agreed to take them. They tried various places, and Rwanda was the one who said yes, and yes to the money.
They tried various places in Africa, right?
Yes. And Rwanda said yes, and yes to the money, because there's a lot of money involved in it.
We have an immigration situation here in Canada, and today or yesterday, the Liberal Party lost a by-election in one of its strongholds. Nobody ever thought a conservative could win in that seat. And I said to my daughter, this is what's going to happen across the country because people are upset with the immigration situation here. It's chaos. So, and I'm one of them. I'm one of them. But what you just talking about, that's inhumane. It goes against the Geneva Convention. It goes against everything.
Well, lots of opposition is there, and persons are still crying out, but they are determined because also, of course, also the UK has an election coming up on July the 4th. And it's one of the main topics. Immigration is one of the main topics for the election as well in the UK.
Immigration seems to be a hot.
The sunken Sunak.
The what?
Sunken Sunak.
It's immigration is a hot topic across the world. And I sit on both sides of the fence of the immigration debate. On this particular conversation, I'm just thinking of somebody arriving in the UK from Latin America and end up in Rwanda. I would rather them send me back to Latin America. Send me back.
It's asylum seekers, whether it be political asylum seekers or we have humanitarian cases, whatever the instance is. As soon as you land, they're shipping you off. As soon as you say I'm here, and you say why you're here, then you're placed in a holding area or whatever they put you in, and then they ship them off. Well, that's the plan. They've not sent anyone off as yet because the law is new. I think it was this week it was passed, but it's new legislation in place, and Mr. Sunak says if he wins, by the end of the month, the first set will go off to Rwanda.
And when they get to Rwanda, I'm asking you things that you probably don't know, but it's this one. When they get to Rwanda, they'll be going to another center to be processed.
Yes, because the application will be processed in Rwanda.
So there might be some tent city or something in Rwanda.
But he's asking what are the conditions there. That's a concern that everyone has.
Everyone,
Rwanda has a history of genocide, etc.
Yes.
Yeah. That's the question.
Clara was asking you when you say everyone, who you mean, because clearly Mr. Sunak not in that.
Oh
yeah.
boy.
The thing about it is that this is just another way of Britain not to pay the repatriation. So by the time Rwanda called for repatriation to be paid, they said, oh, but we did give you millions of pounds when you had those asylum seekers processing. We gave you millions of pounds. We owe you nothing. Let us contra this, swap it.
This is outrageous. That's out. I mean, like I said, we have our issues here in Canada, burning, boiling issues. The Indians are trying to take over Canada, the East Indians, and people are saying roll them to the airport and put them on the plane and send them back to India. And to be quite honest, that don't sound like a bad deal. If I turned up in the UK and seeking asylum, send me back to Jamaica. Don't send me to Rwanda.
Well, I mean, the UK has been trying. I don't know if Clara recall, but years ago, they tried to approach to build a prison here in Jamaica.
Yes, I remember that.
So they have been
now we run them.
They've been trying to outsource a lot of issues that they have social there in their country. They've been trying to outsource it.
Stop saying their country is your country, Gloria. Gloria, wash your hand of Britain. This British woman wash her hand.
Well, I mean, it is tough there, and the economy is really suffering. And but instead of trying to make it better generally, I don't know what's happening. And as you say, it's a worldwide phenomenon, this trying to deal with persons
displaced
around. But I mean, we're also displaced not just for financial reasons, but also for political reasons. Wars are everywhere. People are trying to survive, but it's tough.
Britain is reeling. When I think of Britain today, I think of the adage, drowning man clutcheth at a straw. Because Britain, with their pompous selves, determined that they were going to exit.
Oh, the Brexit.
the Brexit. And they have gotten the biggest slaps in their faces, reeling from it. No prime minister has lasted more than 12 months.
That lady, remember what was her name, Gloria?
I don't remember.
The great, big, powerful English sterling pound Britain. And they are reeling. Their response to COVID was appalling. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Lots of
That's
things.
all I can say.
They really don't know what to do with their.
So that's what stuck in my
That's what's sticking to your craw. Wow, boy, I'm telling you, like I said, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm feeling quite the anti-immigrationist right now here in Canada, but for a different reason. It's just because it feels as if you have a set of people, and I'm speaking specifically of the East Indians, who just feel like them have a right to just step into the country and take it over, But
is Mr. Sunak originally from East India?
Well, he's
I don't know.
the upper class.
He's British, but I don't know where he's from.
All right. So who's going next? Well, Clara just disappeared herself. So I guess I will go next,
Her
and then
phone was
Claudette.
ringing. Her phone was
Oh,
ringing.
Claudette, how are you with your internet? Are you okay, or you'd like to go next?
No, I'm okay. I'm on Wi-Fi,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I
All right. Let's just take a
case my phone
let's take a
recharging.
quick pause here while I bring up my stories.
Dumb hard, cakewalk, joyride, bake car, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk.
My name is Claudette Esterine-Campbell, and I am the president of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Welcome to These Three Things. You don't know what it is about. Usually once per month, usually on the last Saturday of the month, we come to you live to discuss three things. Three things that stick in our craw, that either made us happy or made us angry or just somewhere in between. Okay, so my story for this month is out of Canada, and I'm just going to play this clip. I have two. It's just one story, but I have two clips that explains it better than I ever can. So let's go. Let's listen.
Canada's democracy is literally at stake right now. Apparently, there are some federally elected politicians who have been working with foreign governments against Canada's interests.
There are also politicians at all levels of government who have benefited from foreign interference. Some of this behavior absolutely appears to be criminal and should be prosecuted.
So NDP leader Jagmeet Singh says he's alarmed after reading an unredacted version of a top secret foreign interference report, which can actually only be read by a select few politicians who have high-level security clearance. He says after reading the report, he can confirm that a number of MPs have knowingly provided help to foreign governments, potentially the likes of India and China. Even Green Party leader Elizabeth May says she was shocked to read the report.
Who would sell out this country?
So which politicians should the public be side-eyeing for selling out Canada? Well, right now, no names have been exposed yet. But Jagmeet Singh has thrown a few shots at both Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, putting a spotlight on both of their parties.
So that's one of our latest dramas here in Canada, where we have traitors in our parliament. It's I was about to say shocking, but I think what's more shocking is two things. What came to mind was what's going on in Jamaica with the six people in your parliament who have been under suspicion of corruption, and this is not dissimilar to it. I don't know how many, if it's 6 or 1 or 2. There's at least one has been publicized. There was of Chinese descent gentleman who of the Liberal Party who won his seat due to the interference by the Republic of China, who they said that international students from China were bused to the polling stations to vote, and I guess some of them illegally, whatever. However, they were bused there, and that's part of the interference strategy. And this man is claiming he knew nothing about it. Justin Trudeau was asked about it, and everybody's playing dumb. And this is part of the issue that people have with Justin Trudeau. Things seem to be falling apart, and the center is not holding when it comes to major things. Now, so like I said, there's an immigration problem. There is now this. There is housing situation, which some people are linking to the immigration, the housing shortage, and all of that. But this one kind of threw me for 6, because we're next to the United States, who a strange fly over that country and them shooting it down. Now, according to this, not only do we have international, mainly China, India, and Russia, I think, interfering. It's claimed that they interfered in the 2019 election or the 2018 elections and the one subsequent to that. The government seemed to be, duh, I don't know what's happening. There seemed to be a lack of a response. Our national security is being threatened. No wonder the Indians feel that they can just come here in planes and just stay, because clearly it's our country is being run from Delhi and from Beijing and from Moscow. I'm honestly telling you that Trudeau has been, for me, what's the word? What's the term they're using? Me lose off a Trudeau. I'm a liberal of no mean order. Used to be a liberal of no mean order, but me tell you, me lose off a Trudeau. And I'm going to share quickly another video from one of his, the deputy prime minister, who people were hoping that she would be more, what's the word I'm looking for? More
a better option.
A better PM. And this situation just, anyway, let's listen.
And it's already been talked about that Canadians have lost confidence in our electoral system and our institutions, in part because of this foreign interference debate. Are you not concerned that by not releasing the names of the MPs who are involved and accused of what this committee is accusing them of, that you are further undermining confidence in the system, and why are we affording them that protection?
So let me just start by saying I don't think Canadians have lost confidence in our democracy. Are Canadians concerned by foreign interference in Canada, by efforts to interfere in our democracy? Absolutely. And they should be. And I am too, and our government is as well.
The fact
that we are having this conversation, the fact that cross-party committee has done this work, the cross-party committee convened by the Prime Minister has done this work and published this work, is a really important part of strengthening our democracy. And
this is the problem that I have with politicians and Canadian politicians in particular, in that they're so fucking polite, and yes, I just swore. They are just so, it's just like, oh, nothing is happening. Everything is okay. The country is falling apart. I'm not exaggerating. Our political system is falling apart. Our housing situation is falling apart. Immigration is falling apart. And I don't think Canadians have lost. Yes, we have. I'm a liberal, and I have lost confidence.
In her speech.
Huh?
It was very calm speech.
I'm not calmed.
No, she was calm. She was calm.
Oh yeah, and that's a problem. That's a problem. They're not taking it. And every report that I've read, it's like the 5-alarm bell is not ringing in their heads that this is a serious national security issue. But that's where we are here in Canada. Oh, Canada, our home and native land. It's crazy. It really is crazy.
Are they usually that calm in their parliaments?
Yes.
I know the English one is very boisterous and noisy.
No, they're I mean, sometimes Trudeau and the leader of the opposition, they will get into it, but they're usually polite.
Okay.
Yeah. While the house is burning, they're while you have people are marching in the streets. Non-Canadian citizens, non-Canadian permanent residents are marching in the streets, taking over buildings. That they're not leaving Canada.
Sense of entitlement.
Yeah, that they're not leaving Canada. And this is what's happening. And their governments from India, China, well, it's not the Chinese doing it, but their governments are interfering in our politics, are participating illegally in our local elections. And Miss Freeland is just, nobody has lost confidence. Hello, me, a liberal. I have lost confidence in you guys.
Gosh.
So that's my story, and that's my beef. That's my issue. I don't know if anybody else have anything to say, and we can move on.
I think
If
politics.
they're
I
having,
find politics worldwide now is just so corrupt, because even
yes,
with the British election is due on July the 4th, and they're saying that they're having people there's betting, like persons who are running for members of parliament and so on, they're taking bets on the election, because gambling is a big thing in the UK. So they're not gambling on the election and including themselves as part of the betting, the MPs. It's ridiculous.
It's
They are,
ridiculous.
bet-
It's
they are betting that Sunak
They're
is going to be
betting
one of the shortest serving prime minister.
the world is mad.
nobody can beat that lady. What's her name? Gloria. She was there like 6 months.
I might look it up and tell you before we finish.
But
She
Sunak
was
isn't
there.
there 6 months.
She was
Okay,
there
she was there 6 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Yes. 6 weeks.
Claudette, you wanted to say? Claudette squared. Your mic, you're
She's
mute.
muted.
Is she frozen? I think she's frozen.
No, she muted herself.
There she is.
No, she's still muted.
Guys,
Claudette. Yes, we're hearing you
no,
now.
I'm okay. What I'm saying is that I see they're asking Jamaicans to come to, qualified Jamaicans with different skills to come to Canada. So what is that all about if they're having such immigration problem over there?
That was
When
always
did
the
you
case.
see that? When did you see that? Was that a recent thing?
Yeah, this is all we
Yes.
said.
Yes,
I-
it is.
Okay. So
Yes, yes.
That never
So-
stopped.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
not that we do not need immigrants. It's that people are trying to enter to skip the line. What they have done is that, and we talked about this the last time, what they have done is that they basically just opened up the country and said, you all come. The systems weren't in place, the infrastructure isn't in place. And like you're saying, they're asking people who have certain skills, certain for areas that we need people. But what has happened is that you have almost 1 million international students who have come here to study and go back to their countries, and they don't want to go back to their countries. So that's different from saying to you or Clara or Gloria, do you have XYZ skills? Do you have this? Come, we'll process you. You're going to be processed from Jamaica. We will grant you whatever it is they're granting you to enter. That's different. These people came as students, which meant that at the end of their studies, technically, they're supposed to go home. Now that it's time for some of them to go home, there was always something that if you come as a student, after X amount of time, you could apply to get a work permit, you could apply for permanent residency. But the government has a right to stop that program. And this is what the government or provinces have tried to do, to stop, to curtail. And this is what they're protesting. They don't want it to stop. They just want to just come. And they found the last time almost 800 of them who came here on false documents. Totally false documents. There is another situation where at least 2 were involved in terroristic acts, and they came here as students on false documents. So it's a different. There are various streams of immigration to come into Canada. The one that you're talking about, Claudette, is a little, and it's not just from Jamaica; it's anywhere in the world. But there are set skills that they're looking for. These people are students. I mean, how many students, and most of them, they come and do some courses that will not do anything for the Canadian economy per se, the courses that they're doing, so So, for example, a pharmacist from anywhere else is well needed. Nurses are needed. Doctors are needed. But these students aren't, most of the 98% of them, they're not doctors. They're not nurses. You know, they're coming here to do business admin or computer this
And they are not
or
qualified to be trained either.
they're not
The
qualified to be
prerequisites, they
trained.
don't meet the prerequisites either.
No, they don't. And but they've decided that once they land, they have a right to stay in Canada. You know, they don't. And so there's a march on July 1st, and I'm going to be a part of it right across the country. People are marching to say enough is enough. Send them out and let them come in, apply like what you're talking about, Claudette. Let them apply and we process them properly. You know, so this new guy who the leader of the opposition who wants to be prime minister, he has declared that if he wins, they're going home. Once you're done your studies, you go home and you process another application from wherever you live, and if you get through, you get through. And I totally agree with that. So that's why, you know, he's looking like he's going to get a lot of votes just on that issue alone.
Our politicians are too corrupted, and money is always the thing about them being corrupted, because they're getting paid to, you know, to do whatever, and they don't care about the country, because if you
No, they
care about the
don't.
country, that's it.
They care about their
You can't.
pockets. They care about their status. You know, that's
Yes,
what they care about. That's what they care about. All
but
right.
eventually, Claudette, as they say, things will come back and bite them in the ass.
Yes, it will. All right, let's take a quick break while we switch over. Clara, I'm coming to you, okay? So let's do this. And then I'll bring up Clara's article.
Dumb hard, cakewalk, joyride, bake car, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk.
My name is Claudette Esterine-Campbell, and I am the president of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Welcome to These Three Things. You don't know what it is about. Usually once per month, usually on the last Saturday of the month, we come to you live to discuss three things that stick in our craw, that either made us happy or made us angry or just somewhere in between. And so we here, the directors of the. So here we are with these three things. We have done two already, and plus we looked at what's happening in Britain in terms of Kate Middleton and her illness and how that is being covered. Then we went into the whole matter of the UK government deciding or has passed legislation to send UK asylum seekers in the UK to Rwanda for processing and for them to live in Rwanda. And we just had a look at what's happening in Canada in terms of foreign interference and politicians, Canadian federal politicians, who seem to be colluding with with the governments of, allegedly, the governments of India, the governments of China and Russia, and one other country, I don't remember where. Now we're turning to another topic, which is a child crisis, and this topic is what's stuck in Clara's craw, and so she will walk us through this. Clara?
Right. For our ardent followers and watchers of TTT, I may have highlighted the issues as it relates to the results, the negative impact of poor parenting. And this article again brings home to us the seriousness in a report from the Child Protection and Family Services Agency. It has alluded to the fact that Jamaica is now in crisis as it relates to incidents of child abuse.
Wow.
A recent report indicated that over 15,000 cases were reported, and this were reported cases over several years. And this problem has been worsened by the pandemic. Of course, some children are still reeling from the effects and impact of that, and has resulted in significant behavioral problems. Problems ranging from, well, there is a general disrespect to authority, and it is also noted that some of the, well, in a number of these cases, perhaps higher than is comfortable to think about, the perpetrators are family members.
Oh
They
dear.
are the agents of the abuse. And the Child Services Protection is now advocating for prenatal training for these parents. Yes, training doesn't, I mean, how you parent is not contained in a handbook.
You mean parenting
But
class?
to conduct parenting classes
Oh wow.
along with the other medical visits. So that's what they're advocating, because they have to start somewhere. Some of the
How about
instances.
license? How about licensing before you can have a child? Get a license.
Claudette. Don't add to the skin of it.
It happens in China. Two children policy. Two children policy in China.
It is my belief that some parents really should not be parents, but they are seed
I agree.
bearers.
I
And
agree.
that is a problem. And then they are looking for society to fix the problems that they
No.
create.
They're not. Well, yeah, they're looking to society to fix the problem, but they're also looking to social media for donations to buy them baby clothes, baby feed, and GoFundMe, and yeah.
Have baby stream, gender reveal,
Yeah.
shower.
Because them say people are big foreign do that, so they must do that too.
Shower, bath, baby announcement. Yeah.
Yeah. Because them say people are big foreign do that.
The situation is there. It is crazy. Just last week, there was the video circulating where this parent assaulted the police.
I saw that. That woman and the female cop.
Yeah, so she went to her child's school and became disruptive to the extent where the administrators called the police to remove her from the property, from the school premises. And she went on and she went on, and she started to get into an altercation with the police. And the sad thing about it was her child was in the background saying, "Mommy, cooperate. Mommy, go with them. Mommy, don't."
Really?
Yes. So you see the responsibility that these poor parents imposing on these children. The very child who perhaps was the catalyst of her misbehavior, well, she went done gone bad already, was saying to her, "Mommy, cooperate. Mommy, go with her. Mommy, don't do that. Mommy." And she still insisted on fighting the police until she was arrested.
I saw it. And
a subsequent video came in where the police, when she was in the police station before she got bailed, she was in the police station. The police woman or a police officer said to her, "You're not allowed to use your phone." And she was like, "When I use my phone, you see me, I use my phone. Because I check my watch, when I use my phone." Parents. So this is the role model. She probably have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 children who she can't. Yeah. I don't
But even
know.
if she has only the one child, that does not give her license to behave in that way.
Exactly. And there was a child so embarrassed, begging her, pleading with her to cooperate with the police. It's already embarrassing that they come at school and disrupt the whole school, that they had to call the police on you, and then you carried on until
You
you
think
were
maybe it's
arrested.
because you think maybe I need to speak properly. I need to speak English. Do you think that that's because of the teacher who was doing her witchcraft at the other school? You know, she thought that, you know, I can go and I'm
Do
kidding.
whatever I no.
No, but it
But
seems to me.
the thing about it, how times have changed.
Yes, it has.
Because when I was going to school, right up to high school, there is no way that I could ask my parent to come unless it's PTA meeting. There is no way that I could cause my parents to come to school based on something that I have done. And these parents, if their child or children get into any kind of problems with the school administrators, the first thing they think of doing is go to school and behave badly. Not to reprimand their children or their child for behaving or for misbehaving, but to go and take on the authority.
I hate to say this, but Jamaica is a lawless society, or fast becoming one. What them said, the fish rot from the head. So if we take the
I think
home,
about it too.
if we take the home as a fish, the parent has set the example for this child for whatever behavior she did at school. And what do you expect? Oh, hold on. I've been on Wi-Fi all this time. Hold on. Keep talking, folks. Claudette, what did you hear the story?
Unmute, Claudette.
Yes, I did. Parents are not parents like long ago. They are younger grandmothers now, grandmothers who are in their 30s, you know. So they are still party people. I suppose some of them may smoke.
That's one of the results of poor parenting.
Yes, they smoke, they drink, you know, whatever is not happening in their life, you know, they take it out on their children. The children, when they grow up, they do the same thing because they don't know better, they aren't taught better, you see. And so we as citizens or concerned parents, you know, the other day we had a family Sunday, and the discussion was that we need to have some parenting sessions across, you know, to do it in such a way that maybe it come in an entertainment fashion, like, since that is what they like and that is what. And sometimes the song that these entertainers sing, you know, and the parents dance too, and they have the little children out the street dance, because you have communities set up the big boxes and them have party all night, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, wherever, and the children are there out there with them.
The report alluded to that as well.
Yes.
The music,
so
kind of music that you listen to.
Yes, parenting
But
is not like.
do you guys think that the horse has gone through the gate?
No, I think you see, if everybody put their hands on heart together and
Oh,
go into the
Claudette, come
school.
on. How long have we been saying that?
I know, but going into schools, as a body, and preparing some things in school. We have to do it. We have to do it with the babies. We can do it with the babies, right? In the little basic schools, preschools, going in there, showing them videos of, what a family or should be like or whatever. But we have to start with the babies, this generation, because
Let me
I
ask you
guess the
something,
other.
Clara. Sorry, Claudette, to cut you. Let me ask you something. Whatever happened to that? I've asked about 2 or 3 months ago, and here we are having the same conversation. So I want to ask, whatever happened to that initiative? That it STARS or whatever initiative that was supposed to be addressing some of these societal issues. You know what I'm talking about, Clara? The one with Keith Duncan.
It's an inner city project.
It's an inner city initiative dealing with the youths. It's still going on, but it's in like clusters. So they have different communities that they work with, and develop social programs and skills training centers within those clusters, within those communities. So that is still going on, and engaging the youth and socializing them in certain
But now
ways.
in the
And
month of May, we have a headline that says child crisis, abuse,
but
crisis.
it will take some time to infiltrate, so to speak. But this problem, where they say that is that it didn't start yesterday.
No, it didn't.
And it is going to take a while. Perhaps that's one of the ways that we can help, or that we can start with that program. But the CPFSC is advocating that start at the stage of pregnancy, but or before them get pregnant, but them some while and
prenatal, let's say.
Yeah.
Colleen says on YouTube, it takes a village to raise a child. All stakeholders must be on one accord in raising children.
Who made that comment?
On YouTube.
One of. Oh, okay. That's what's in macro.
But you see, Colleen, who made that comment. Back in the day, that was the philosophy. Back in the day, in our day, because I remember if I ever walked down Pembroke Drive and talked too loud, by the time I got to, I remember the name of the avenue, at bottom Pembroke, my mother would have heard, and a fine backsliding would be waiting for me. Because the village telephone would have sent the message that that is how I got talking to and threatened with a beating, a spanking from the person who spoke to me at the middle of the community. And by the time I got to my house, the switch and everything would be waiting because the village telephone took over and the discipline started in the village. But nowadays, does that really apply anymore?
No, because yes, as you say, Claudette, if you take a wrong road, like you used to taking a road to go home from school, and you find yourself somewhere else, although it's going to lead to home, by the time in the evening, why were you at so and so? Why? What were you doing on that road?
Yep.
As you say, the village, but you don't have that anymore.
Don't
Nobody
have that.
business with nobody anymore.
I get the impression that if you even tried to, the child himself would have turned around and curse you out.
Because of how they were brought up
Worse,
by the
worse.
parents of
Remember,
nowadays.
remember last year when the dean of discipline of one of those schools in St. Elizabeth tried to reprimand a student, and the guy fought him, and he was the dean of discipline.
So are
And
you
and you
hopeful,
can't
Clara,
expel
that
them.
this initiative will work? Will have any
It
impact?
will work. I have to have some hope because I live here and my child is still here, and perhaps he can. He and
You don't
his
have much child anymore. You have a big man. So you mean your
look here,
grandchildren?
my child is still my child.
Your
No.
grandchildren. Your soon to be grandchildren.
I guess what? It's gonna be a long time before that because
you hope
the conversation.
But that I think to really think about it, our children are going through a lot at home with the sexual abuse, all kind of abuse. Sometimes they are not fed, they have no food to eat, all kind of thing, and the things that they have to go through, it makes them aggressive. It makes them, lash out. So you have to look into the problem and see how what you could do to help.
You mean me?
You
or you
know
mean
what is
generally?
No,
I
I mean,
you mean generally? Okay,
government
but each person can do. No. For a moment,
You
I
know
thought
what
you
is
meant
lacking
me.
to what is lacking to lack of love. Because
yes, and attention.
a lot
Yeah.
of these parents now, they don't grow up with love or people showing them love. So they are angry. They pass it on to the child. They blame the child if the child misbehave, if the child eat 2 slices of bread instead of 1. They're just so angry.
So you think maybe since we're talking about fish rotting from the head, maybe if the government, whichever party, started loving on its citizens, started respecting its citizen, started modeling anti-corruption behavior, like naming the 6 politicians who are in parliament, thieving the people's money. You think if the government led the way, it could have an impact?
I don't know if we can again because what does the government have to do with
everything? They're setting the tone.
No, but they have to do the macro planning, the micro planning in some cases, but just basic respect for each other. Government can't.
But they're not showing respect to the citizens. They're not showing respect to the citizens. They're not showing respect to the citizens.
That is not their ultimate responsibility. They
respect
have so much more.
To the taxpayers. Clara,
no,
come on.
What I'm saying. No, but Claudette.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I wait on the government?
I never said wait. I never
no,
said
why
wait.
would I
said
why would I expect the government
because
with everything else
they're the
that
leaders.
They have to do? You said the government
but
was
but Clara, Clara, you guys just said that people don't have food to eat. They don't have this to do. They don't have this. Isn't that the government's responsibility? So if the government if the government, I remember when I was studying in university, I did one of the many times I was in university. I was doing international relations, and that was my master's. And they said that your international relations is dictated by your domestic relations, your domestic policies. It's the same principle. If the government is not for the people, with the people, showing the people, side by side with the people, caring for the people, what do you think the people are going to do to them one another? How do you think the people are going to behave towards them one another? Look at the great United States, and I'm not getting into to politics of the United States, but look when we had Trump and his attitude. How did that affect that? How did that affect the tone of that country? We're talking about, so what's his name? Shiga. Every time we touch upon government, Clara run.
We go dry off a sweater for my face.
Okay. When we're talking about the UK man, it's the same thing. The tone that he's setting. What's his name? Sunak. Sunak. Yeah, Sunken. Yeah, it's the leadership. It's this is why we keep letting these politicians off the hook. I am not saying it's their sole responsibility. I am not saying it's their primary responsibility. I am not saying that they're the only ones who are to do it. That's not what I'm saying. Do not take me there, because that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying they are the leaders. They need to set the tone. They are setting the tone. They are setting the tone of greed. They are setting the tone of corruption. They are setting the tone of scamming. They are setting the tone of badmanism. That's the tone the government has set. All the governments. Let us not rest on any one party. Look here in Canada. Look what's happening. It's the government. They opened up the borders and without any kind of policies, without any kind of anything in place. And look what's happening. And now the people are angry and people are taking to the streets on July 1st. It's the leadership. It's a lack of leadership.
I think with regards to Clara's topic, with regards to the children and so on, I do agree that it is, I think, a multifaceted, did I say that word correctly?
Yes, you did.
Problem. And yes, the government has a role to play. Yes, the schools, but the parenting, most, more than anything else, has the major role to play. But it is a combination of agencies and resources, and so I think I agree with Clara as well as you in terms of the fact that it takes, it's a bit of everything to get to the solution.
That's a village. That's a new village.
Yeah,
that's a new village.
Everything to get the solution. And
what is the Jamaica Information Service doing? When I was working at the Jamaica Information Service, God bless, I don't know if she's still with us, Daphne Inararity would be all over this. With public education campaigns, we would be all over it.
I think the agency, Child Protection, is doing an excellent job, to be very honest.
Good.
They are, and they're out there in the communities every day. They're doing a great job based on what I see and know from my experience with them here. They do a great job, and they're doing the best. But as you said, it's gonna be everybody together to get
everybody together.
Oh, well, I didn't say anything initially talking because
you what?
I didn't say anything initially while you were all talking because I know we have to have hope, but my God, it's a big job, and it's getting worse and worse. And
it sounds that way.
It is. It's a big job. It's a big job.
No, it sounds like it's getting worse.
But my gosh,
that is start with the babies in school.
Yeah, but
the training that they do, the love that they do.
We started a lot of things at the babies in school, Claudette. I know that, but I think we burden these children with so much. They need to.
I know.
They need to be children.
I know.
So we place all of these things. We're starting here with this. Every initiative they have, they say they start with the children. Everything they say start with the children. It comes up in the home, and children teach parents, and they can, but I think we put much on them. They can't be just.
They need to work on the parents too. The
You can't just
parents, we need to
just let
work
them
with the
be
parents.
children. Let them
And
enjoy their
how are you
child.
going to communicate with it, do that with the parent? You have to meet the parents where they are. So you have to go into the dance hall. You have to go into the dance hall with
Yeah,
the message. So you need some of the
yeah.
dance hall people on board helping you with the messaging.
Mhm. Yes. We need a collective group of persons, to tackle this
Hi,
problem.
Corella.
The artists.
Collective is correct.
Oh my God, Carol, any final words from you on this? Sorry.
Mm-mm. That
All
was
right.
We
that
have
was my main story.
So we're going to just do a quick switch over here and do our final topic for the night, which is from Claudette Squared.
Oh boy.
Dumb hard,
This is another troubling.
joyride, bake car, straight talk, straight talk, straight talk.
My name is Claudette Esterine-Campbell, and I am the president of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation. Welcome to These Three Things. You don't know what it is about. Usually once per month, usually on the last Saturday of the month, we come to you live to discuss three things. Three things that stick in our craw, that either made us happy or made us angry or just somewhere in between. And so somewhere in between, we now have our final topic for the night. Corella says, oh, geez, I'm very late. Yes, Corella, you are very late. You can watch the replay. You can watch the replay. And I just want to say thanks to those people on YouTube. It's our first time broadcasting to YouTube. And I like to say thanks to Colleen for holding the fort over there. And I see it fluctuates in numbers, how many people. YouTube has not been an area of focus for us. YouTube has just been the place where we deposit our videos and so forth. And then it struck me, oh my God, we have enough followers over there to start streaming our lives over there. We have the equipment, we have the app and everything. So we can stream to 5 different places with this app that we use. So we're streaming to YouTube for the first time tonight. And thank you for those who have been watching us. So, like I said, we have covered 3-4 different topics so far, and now we're on our final topic for the night. And this will be led through this one by Claudette Squared. Claudette Francis. Claudette is award-winning baker and caterer in Jamaica. You can inbox us and we will send you her number so you can get your cakes, your catering services. I've had her cake all over here in Canada. Yes, it took a while to get here, and yes, it wasn't as fresh as if I was in Jamaica, but it was still a wonderful eat. So yes, inbox us and we will send you her number, and you can be in touch and she can cater your function. So Claudette, what did I your crowd this month?
Okay, it has been on my mind for time now, and to see it being highlighted last week in the news, cancer and all various sickness in our children. Children all over the world are being affected with various illnesses, which we think would have been, when you're growing up as only old age person, somebody way up in their age would get these illnesses. Unfortunately, our babies are being born with several illnesses such as heart defects, brain tumor, all sorts of illness. And we have to really look into it, to things to say, why is this happening? I think one of the things that is happening really is what we're actually consuming, is what we are passing on to babies when they are born. Mothers pregnant, what they eat, and how much the air is affecting us, or breathing. How is our breathing? Because in July we are told that the Sahara Desert, we are to expect dust from the Sahara Desert. So all these things are factors that would contribute to our children being born with various illnesses.
So let me scan this now. So how many children, that raised the alarm? I'm trying to scan the article to see.
I can't read that.
No. I am scanning through. The latest report out of PAHO, the Pan American Health Organization, says that Jamaica is in the top 3 for premature mortality. Oh my God. So premature babies are dying. And if you look at, and it says, if you look at the common cancers, which are cervical cancer, prostate cancer, colorectal cancer, and breast cancer, these are some of the risk factors, things like the environmental issues that you're talking about, Claudette, and lack of screening. We're always talking about getting a mammogram, tobacco use, alcohol, and obesity. So it has reached an alarming rate. Is that basically what you're saying, Claudette? Claudette?
Yes. It has and I'm it took a long time for them to realize what is happening, because it has been going on for so long now, but
I'm looking at this article and it's from the Dr. Temu Davidson. She and I went to school. Well, she was younger, obviously younger than me, but yeah, we went to school in Europe together.
Right.
Yeah. So what is the plan here? I mean, it's wonderful to say that, this is happening. What is the plan? Do you know? What did they say?
Oh, I don't know what is the plan, but we as parent or grandparent, when our daughters, having pregnant, they need to watch what they eat, try to eat things that are naturally grown and not and not made. Too many things are being, what you would say now, made in the lab for the quick money. The hormone that they're using in the meat we eat, the things that are being fed to the animals, the fish, we pollute the sea with all kind of garbage, and the fish and the sea things eat whatever is being thrown in the water. So,
So it
it's
says
so
here
many
that
different.
if you're 30 years old, your risk of dying, for example, in Jamaica from cancer is 8.6%. Wow.
Yeah.
At 30 years of age.
I've had so many persons dying of cancer that it's alarming. It's alarming. It's alarming.
Clara, thoughts?
What?
Clara?
She's there.
It has always been of concern, and it is more topical now as it relates to food safety, what we ingest. And it's like fowls coming home to roost. Just last week I heard there was an article in the I think it was in the papers that spoke to the use of carbide chemical, ripening fruits with the use of carbide chemical, and the WHO is showing that, for example, in the US, the use of that chemical is now increased tenfold, because there are 150 million mouths to feed. The foods and fruits need to get to the table faster. So they are putting in more chemicals for the ripe mangoes, the ripe bananas, everything, and
Apples.
the apples. So it's like a crash waiting to happen. And one of the presenters saying, "Well, oh, we have always used carbide. Well, they named the name of the chemical. We have always used that, but now they are using it for everything. Nothing is coming to fruition naturally anymore because of the demand, and sooner or later, it just
No, it's
escalates."
right now. It's happening already. There's no sooner or later. It's happening now.
Yeah, right. It just escalate and we just all die.
Gloria, thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with what Clara is saying. It's as if yes, it's sad that the article is really what do you say now? It's traumatic just reading all of this information about what's happening to the children. Of course, they're innocent persons coming into the world, this sad world that we are in at the moment. But yeah, it's linked to, as Claudette Francisque said, it's linked to the nutrition in the moms, and it's public education really as to the best type of foods they should be eating, but also sometimes it's due to availabilities, and not it's where you live, what's available, what's cheaper. A lot of it is to do with affordability. Unfortunately, like some of these foods that are not healthy are the ones that are cheaper. So, it comes back to that as well. Economics as well plays a part in it. And so, unfortunately, the babies are born already, they're born at a what you call disadvantage. That's the word. They're born with these illnesses, or shortly after they're here with us, you see they develop also the tumors and stuff. And I don't know why in Jamaica, the article, I'm trying to read the article from my other phone to see if they are given any reasons as to why our rate is so high here. I can't really see what the article is saying about that.
It talks about the environmental factors. And I was just about to say this, that it's not just a Jamaica thing, because it says we're facing a global emergency, and that's of non-communicable diseases like cancer. It's talking about there's no country that's not impacted. We've been facing it over a number of years. It's talking about the environmental issues that Claudette referred to, tobacco use, increasing tobacco use, increasing alcohol use. And as a culture, as a race, the Caribbean has always, been high risk.
Okay.
Well, our genetics, and the race.
Because even in the States, for example, the African Americans
it's higher amongst the Black people. Yeah,
it's high. Yeah. I also note that sorry. I also note that you mentioned screening, and just recently the Ministry of Health, through the National Health Fund, has included the general screening tests, so prostate, pap smear, mammograms. They have now added that on the menu of tests that you can get covered by the National Health Fund. So
I'm gonna stop you there.
There is that, to allow people to do so that cost might not affect them the way that it affects them now.
The doctors say they don't know. Clara, the doctors say that the government made these announcements or pronouncements but they have not told them how it's gonna work. How will they collect their money? so it's not in effect as yet, because the NHF will cover it, yes, but how will they recoup their money? The government has not told them yet. So it's not being offered to patients as yet.
Well, that was last month, so I guess it will take some time to develop.
No,
but
the pap smears has been on the NHF for quite a while.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but they don't know that the government and they don't know how it works. It's not you can't swipe the card or anything. I asked my doctor and he said to me, "Oh, yeah, really?"
I'm just looking while you guys are talking.
You go to a private doctor.
I go to a private doctor, yes.
A specialist, yeah.
Yes,
and the doctor just swipe card, NHF card.
He says the NHF doesn't cover them.
I was just looking to see what the situation is here in Canada, and they say about 850 kids were diagnosed with cancer this last couple of years. Here in Alberta, we have a hospital, a cancer hospital specifically for children. And what I was just reading is that it's decreasing. Yeah. Carella is asking something. She says, really? I'm not sure what she's saying really about. And then Colleen says that, but even the rich are getting cancer. Even the rich is getting cancer because, as Claudette Squared was saying, is what we're eating. It's the environment. It's what's in the environment. Is you think you're eating fish, but that the stuff that they're throwing in the sea, the stuff in the ocean, you think you're eating vegetable, but you might be buying organic, but God alone knows in the transportation what's happening with those vegetables.
What organic mean?
Yeah, Carella's asking, didn't know those were on the NHF. What is the NHF?
National Fund.
National what?
Health Fund.
Health Fund.
That's what I said. Okay. You're not so dunce. Well, ladies, this was most engrossing. What are your takeaways? Because I have mine, which I know one person not going to like, but I have mine. What are your takeaways as we wrap up here tonight? This has been a wonderful discussion. I like when it's four of us here. I like the range of topics that we're able to touch on tonight. We talked about the British royal family and cancer, walking through that family. We just talked about cancer among children in Jamaica, and I just did a quick check of what's happening in Canada. I don't know about in the UK. We talked about refugee situation with the UK sending refugees to Rwanda. And I'm sure if I look up Rwanda, they have situations, food problems and cancer problems in Rwanda. And we spoke about the discipline, parenting issue, that there's a child crisis brewing because of lack of parenting skills. It's what are you guys' takeaway as we wrap up here? Clara?
She got answered.
There is the sometimes we are in our cocoons and think that we can't help. But there is also the saying that one cook a full basket. So in our own minute way, any process, any system, any community that we are a part of, make our impact, make our involvement, make it count. no reaching out is
It sounds like your security, your bodyguards just pull up.
Sorry?
Sound like your security just pull up, checking in.
No, that wasn't from me.
That wasn't from you? Oh, okay.
No, I'm alone here, I think. Yes, so
you're right, you're not alone. They're with you.
Oh,
Over your shoulder, yes.
Yeah, that's just Claudette asked a question about hope. I don't want to think that I'm fooling myself by remaining hopeful that there will be a change somehow, somewhere. I'm not naive
Gloria?
to the issues and to the problems, but I have to be hopeful that humanity will respond appropriately.
Before it's too late.
Yeah.
Gloria? What's your takeaway?
You know me, I always try to
That's why we love you.
look on the bright side of things all the time. And the world is changing in a big way, and change is good. So there are always two sides to the change, but it's how we view the change, how we embrace the change, how we accept the change that makes the difference to our personal lives. So yes, there's a lot happening in Canada with regards to immigration, food. I know that you guys have a big problem there with food prices and all. There's a lot of things happening there, and we see it on the news. And there's a lot of things happening in the US. Look at Israel and Palestine. You know, there's lots.
Yeah.
Worldwide, and these things will impact us all in some way or the other. Even us in our small space here, we don't realize that the impact that these world events have on us, our children who are the next generation coming up, and our grandchildren. You know, these things will all impact us all, but change is good. And I want to think that it our view of it, the change is what makes that will have that impact on our lives, and how we look at it negatively or positively. How are we going to view it? Negatively, if we look at it negatively, it's going to impact us negatively. Look at it positively, we try to look at a positive view and make the best of it as much as we can. So even with Claudette, Francie talking about the foods and the environment and so on, we just have to try and see how best. Clara and I, we are now going to the market. I'm super excited.
Oh, you never know when they're going to market before?
I've never been. To try and source our.
She's never been to the market?
Not to Coronation Market.
You've never been to Coronation Market?
No.
Saturday.
Clara took to source our naturally.
It's like a kid in a candy store.
I'm always at the Coronation Market when I'm in Jamaica.
I've never been.
Clara used the word earlier about cocoon.
It's comfort zone, she should say. Our comfort zone.
Mr. Claudette, that cocoon.
Thank you.
If you see her under the market, Carla, come on for your phone.
No, but even that is a shock, Carella, because Clara normally go to up to Papine. So to hear that she's going to Coronation Market, that's
Did Gloria say change is good? Did Gloria say change is good?
That we are embracing. Change that we're embracing.
Since she gone down there, no, go stop going there.
Let me ask you, why have you decided to go to the market, regardless of Coronation or what? Because of this, what we're talking about, the food, getting more natural food, is that what this is about?
Fresh food. To have fresh food. Yeah. Yes, yes.
That's
Changing our diet, eating healthier, more organic, etc. Yeah.
okay. Carita said that's a
We're
surprise
trying
that
to change
Clara is
things for a
going to the
bit.
Carnation Market. Okay. Please to
Jesus.
take
Clara,
pictures.
did I s-
What
did I
Our
say?
our viewers who are from other places in the world, you know, we have people watching us from other places in the world who have no concept of what a Carnation Market looks like. So I would really
Well,
like you to take pictures so
yes,
I
well,
can show them.
yes, but in the UK we have the farmers market,
We have the farmers market
and
here too.
yeah, so we're
And
encouraged
we have
to
farmers
purchase
market
items
here
from
too.
farmers market. So that's what we call it in the UK. So I mean, it's similar where we actually buy from the farmers directly and hopefully from a fresher source than in the stores. The foods has to be treated necessarily to keep them longer in the stores. We're hoping the farmers market is a fresh source of produce. And that's what we're being encouraged to eat now to protect our bodies from all of these toxins. So
Toxins.
Morning, so let's hope there's no rain.
Oh, so this Saturday is the day that you're going?
Yes.
Yeah,
Please
I'm
to
going
take
for 2
pictures.
weeks.
Please to take pictures of Gloria in her leaving her cocoon and heading to the Carnation Market. Lord have mercy, trying to make the cat bounce.
I tried to take picture the last one. Clara said it wasn't appropriate.
You hear the little British lady? It wasn't appropriate.
She laughs at me. She says, "Oh, come on, Gloria, come on, you're standing there too long."
Kali, on YouTube, there's a comment. They spray their food in the country too, so you're still gonna get pesticides.
Oh, okay.
I said that to Claudette. I did say that farmers do spray stuff because of insects and whatnot. So that is why you need to wash your food properly. Wash it in some vinegar or some, but you need to wash your things properly.
I hear baking
So you wash
soda.
off. Right, baking soda. Baking soda is good. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So
Claudette,
even though yes.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. Even though you're buying from the market, you need to wash them properly. Because insects still in there, and the insecticide that the thing might not wear off. It takes some time to wear off, but you know what? People want to reap their products to take it to the market, right? So the bananas. Now, there's a brand of banana. When you go into the supermarket, it is green. You say, "Oh my God, green banana!" But it's not green banana because by the time you reach home, they're starting to ripe. So there it goes again with
I need
the
some advice
carbide.
quickly. How do I identify soft green banana? Green bananas that cook soft. Because you guys know that Claudette, you might not know, but I have an issue with my iron, right? And I can't, not that I can't, but when I take this iron supplements, it really messes me up. So I have to find natural sources of iron. We can eat so much and no more liver. We can eat so much and no more callaloo. And I'm told that bananas have lots of iron, green bananas.
Yeah, but guess what?
I cannot identify the soft ones.
Because by the time it gets you, it's not going to be.
No.
It's not
Yeah.
going to be because
I thought the small fingered ones were soft.
Eh?
I thought
You thought the what?
the small short ones. I thought those were the soft ones.
No, my love.
No,
By the time it
no.
gets to you, because it has to be a certain length, a certain width. So you are not going to get the fine ones that we get here. So I can go to the market and I say, no, me don't want that no look soft. Give me the fine one with the thin skin. But that don't leave the shores.
Yeah, because I've never seen the really skinny ones here. I've seen the short ones.
No.
It's from Portland. Portland banana. Yeah, man.
So somebody can FedEx me.
By the time it gets you, by the time it gets you a bullet.
And no matter how much you mash them, how much butter you put, it's still
No love. Bullets.
Yeah. You know, have
Anyway,
our banana up there.
Claudette,
You
what's
have to wait
your
until you come and
takeaway?
eat as much as you can.
Then maybe I will be overdosed on iron.
That's all right.
I think each of us need to do whatever we can do, as Clara says, in our communities, or was it Gloria? In our communities, if we could, like, if you belong to a group and you are in a community, um, have maybe some kind of, okay, have a soup Saturday. We get parents out and children out, and you could have a little chit chat, and but find some creative ways of getting to parent and child.
Claudette, no disrespect to you, and not to prolong this conversation, but
Yes,
you really think say them young girl them belly skin or whatever it is that them wearing gonna come at your chit chat or come having a chit chat with old women like us? They don't even want to watch us on social media.
anywhere they will find themselves there. Trust me. Food, nobody now touch food.
Only if you have food and you're giving them money. And you're
Food.
giving them
You
money.
have Saturday, you have 2 different or 3 different soup because you're going to have different people cooking thing. You have sandwich, you have thing, and you can have brochures or something. You know what I mean? Show the children love.
I am sorry. You need bounty killer. You need bounty killer. You need spice. You need all of them people to get on the microphone and DJ 2 songs and tell them, take care of your picnic or something. But that's brochure with them, one they're not reading, brochure with we5, brochure with we for them to come have tea with we5 old woman. They're not coming. They're not coming.
You're right.
Unless we sing up a sound system.
Yes, the influencers, we need to get them out so they could reach them, because they're the one who is causing a lot of the problems in our society.
Yep. Well, ladies, thank you so very much. And yes, Colleen, yes, Carella, I look forward to receiving your nice soft green bananas that you're going to be FedExing to me. Colleen says on YouTube that the one they call Gross Mitchell, they say soft. But as Clara says, Colleen, those do not leave Jamaica. I guess I need to get to somebody in government, in agriculture, who to let them know that the thick finger ones, not really cut it. Anyway.
Michelle is for wrapping. It's for cooking. Grow Michelle is for cooking. I mean, for eating, ripe banana, not for cooking.
Not for cooking? Oh, okay.
That's for ripening.
Okay. Well, ladies, thank you. My takeaway from all of this is we need to get rid of these politicians that we have. In every country we talked about, we need to get rid of these politicians. We need a crop of politicians who are humane, in touch with the people, understand the people, not wanting to show off on the people or steal from the people. We need true leaders. That's my takeaway from everything that we have talked about. That we do not have leaders, politicians, community leaders, influencers. We do not have true leaders.
It's who pulling the money, this string. Who pulling the money string runs the country here, not those that is in there. Sorry.
Anyway, ladies, thank you so much. This is a wonderful evening. And folks, I don't know if I said it at the top, but each month we will rotate between Claudette and Colleen in terms of our +1 guests who will join Clara, the Director Secretary of the Daughters of Sheba Foundation, Gloria, the Director Treasurer, and myself. So this month, thank you so much, Claudette, for being here. Next month, we will have joining us Colleen. Thank you, ladies. Have a good night.
Good night.
See you all on some other conversation that we have here. And thank you, those of you who stuck with us on YouTube. Thank you for our inaugural YouTube live. And thank you, Colleen, for holding down the fort there.
Everything, Sister Claudette. Let's be intentional. Let's have hope. Let's put our faith in being intentional about
Let's
everything.
have a revolution. Let's have a revolution. A worldwide revolution. That's my solution. Don't to the problems. I hope have a good night.
Good night. Have a blessed day.